Inventory is up more than 22% across Hampton Roads, but the prices are still holding steady. So is this finally the right time for buyers to strike, or are sellers still in control? Let's get into the August 2025 market update for Hampton Roads and find out. All right, so let's get into the Hampton Roads housing market for August 2025. What buyers and sellers need to know right now. So the big question is, with inventory being up 22%, prices are shifting, and the mortgage rates are holding steady, what does this actually mean for sellers and buyers in the Hampton Roads area? So let's do a quick market snapshot. So inventory is up 22.4% on active listings as compared to August of 2024. The median home price is around $368,000, which is down 1.8% from the June summer market. But however, a strong indicator the market is still holding steady and doing well is that pending sales are up 10.5% year over year as compared to last year. But like I said before, mortgage rates are holding steady between 6.5 to 7%. Now I know the big beautiful bill was approved. Also, like the budget bill was approved. The president is consistently putting pressure on Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. It has not come into fruition yet. So as of right now, we're going to assume for the rest of the year, interest rates will still hover between 6.5 to 7%. Although I've had clients with some closing cost assistance and rate buy downs get sub 6% into the fives, even to the fours. So the bottom line is, there are more homes available, but still sellers market, okay? But buyers have to be willing to adapt to the current interest rates and also realize what their current buying power is in order to move forward to purchase a home in today's market. Like I said, so what does this mean for buyers? Well, there are more choices for buyers. Well, more choices for buyers means that they can become a more negotiating savvy buyer. All right. And there's more to choose from and there's less competition. There are also some price opportunities available. If you will notice on the market, there's a lot of homes that start out at one list price, and over the course of a week, 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, the prices consistently drop down, which means there's some opportunities to negotiate for homes that have been sitting on the market a lot longer to get some closing cost assistance, maybe negotiate repairs that you couldn't have in the past, or maybe even get like home warranties and things like that, or maybe just get a lower listing price compared to what's actually been advertised on the market. But like I said before, the reality is interest rates are still going to be between 6.5 to 7%. And so once you realize what your buying power is at this current interest rate, it's to help you become a more savvy buyer and help you know what your price range is uh, and affordability when it comes to these current interest rates. Doesn't mean you can't buy a home. It just means you need to set your expectations a little differently based off the interest rates and what you can afford. So here's a quick three-step buyer action plan. The first thing you can do is get approved. You need to get approved. Why? Because getting approved will also help you identify step two, what your lending options are, how much you qualify for, what is your monthly payment going to be. And also, if you go with a local lender, it can also help identify any local first-time home buying grants that's available for that area or for that city. If you go to my home buying webinar, we talk a lot about stacking first-time home buyer grants and programs on top of using your VA loan to where you can walk out spending little to no money and even get money back. So it's just a thing of like to look into those local lender or mortgage brokers, vice those big box banks who do not specialize in mortgage products. They have them, but it's not their specialty. And you need to strike right now while inventory is high. Like I said before, inventory high means you have more options. There's less competition during the fall and winter months, so you can become a more negotiating savvy buyer and actually get some concessions from sellers possibly. So I would say those are the three things you need to consider right now. What does this mean for you, the sellers, the current homeowners in the Hampton Roads area? Well, when inventory goes up, that means competition is rising. Your property needs to be priced accordingly or competitively, and it needs to show very well, whether that's online or in person or curb appeal. And take advantage of the timelines, right? As we go further into the fall, more into the winter months, it's going to be more inventory and less buyers because mostly people move prior to school starting. The big military PCS in Hampton Roads timeline is normally passed between, it's normally like the summer months. So that has probably gone. So there's less buyers moving into the area right now. So if you want to avoid more competition in the later fall and later winter months, you probably need to go ahead and get that thing on the market right now and anticipate a longer days on market. However, as evident by the 10.5% pending sales up from last year, that the buyer demand is still strong, right? The buyer demand is still strong. It's just finding those qualified buyers who can afford your home at this current interest rate and you pricing your home accordingly. Here's your 3-step success plan. If you are a seller, professional staging and photography and marketing matters a lot, right? If there's another home similar to yours and it has more upgrades, and you have it priced the same, then you're probably not making your home very competitive, right? Or if your home is empty and another home has staging in it, you might want to consider getting some virtual staging or actually getting a stager in there to stage your home so it can show well online and in person. Because some people just don't have a vision to envision what to do with a space unless there's actual furniture in there. And if you can't afford a stager, you can get it digitally staged for very cheap with photography. Also, like I said, pricing is very, very important. Everyone thinks their home is worth a lot, and it is to you because you built memories in there. You put in time, you put in work to that home. So the value of that home means more to you than it might be for a savvy buyer looking for a deal on the market. So if that is the case, you need to take your emotions out of it and actually price your home accordingly compared to other homes on the market based off of square footage, based off of age, based off of renovations, based off of location, right? Those all need to come into play when it's time to actually put out a pricing plan for your home. And you need to market it aggressively. It needs to be on all the sites from Trulia, Redfin, Zillow, Realtor.com. It needs to be on YouTube, Craigslist, Instagram, Facebook, right? It needs to be everywhere. And then it needs to be everywhere multiple times a day where it's just hitting people, right? Because the more buyers you can drive, get eyes on your property, the higher chance you have of selling a home for the price you want and actually finding a buyer that is right for your home. If it's just putting a sign in the yard, stacking, putting it on MLS and hoping, we call that posting a sign in the yard, posting it online and praying, the 3 Ps. That is not marketing your property and that is not going to get it sold. You need someone that's going to aggressively market your property and get it sold when there's such a lot of competition out here right now. So let's do a quick breakdown city by city, and you can see where your home kind of falls in line. In the comments, please go ahead and drop a comment in there about and put your city in there, and whether you agree with it, disagree with it, are you happy about it, or wish it would improve. Norfolk and Newport News. So Norfolk median price is around $335,000. It's about 30 days on market, so it's still a strong buyer activity, which makes sense because Norfolk is probably priced around the lower end of all the cities in the Hampton Roads area, and it's also nearby a lot of bases, and there's a lot of activity and things to do down there. So with the price being under 350,000, that makes it a lot more affordable with the current interest rates and in the vicinity to the bases and amenities and things to do. Makes it a strong market on a regular basis. Newport News is at the very lower end of the actual median home price at 302,000 to 305,000. However, it is still up 6.8% from 2% year over year. And the days on market is about the same as Norfolk, 30 days, with a steady appreciation pattern. It's not jumping hardcore, but if you buy there, you at least know that your property should appreciate year over year. Virginia Beach and Chesapeake. All right. So the recent sold median price is around $449,000. Just might as well say $450,000. The listings are down actually 15% year over year, and the days on market is sub 30 days. It's still highly competitive, and that makes sense because there's low inventory. A lot of people want to move and buy and live and stay in Virginia Beach. It's a very popular area. But however, a lot of people do not want to leave or move either. So that's why there's less listings on there, which drives the competition for the ones that do show up, and also makes for the fact that the prices are going up still, and it's less days on market. So it's still a competitive buyer's market. Great for you if you're a seller, but it's going to be a little rough or going to take a little strategy if you're a buyer in order to get into one of those homes. Chesapeake. Recent sold median price is about $519,000, let's say $520,000. The days on market is 30 days, and it's an increased seller competition, right? A lot of people over the last 10 years have moved out of Virginia Beach or decided to make Chesapeake an option to Virginia Beach because it was more affordable at that time. You got more bang for your buck. However, due to a lot of new construction over the past few years, a lot of people moving out to Chesapeake, over the last 10 years has driven the prices up on the homes out here. And now a lot of sellers are realizing how much their home had increased in value. And now they're trying to get it on the market and cash out and or they're downsized. There's a lot of large homes out here. As a matter of fact, I bought my home out here because I got more bang for my buck than buying in Virginia Beach. And so a lot of these homes are like 4 or 5 bedroom homes, and it might be time to downsize and cash out. But now everybody's doing it at the same time, and of course the increase in competition when you a lot of homes hit the market, have to price it accordingly. Portsmouth, Hampton, and Suffolk. So Portsmouth is 279,900, about 280K. It's trending towards a buyer's market. Anything sub $300,000 is going to be a buyer's market because, like I said, with the current interest rates, it's just more affordable. However, the days on market is 37 days. So that means if you're looking to get into something, get into a home, this might be a great option for you if you're not dead set on a particular school zone or a particular city. You just want to get your foot in the door, get some property in your name, and have an affordable mortgage, more affordable mortgage and less competition. 37 days, you might be able to get some seller concessions as far as getting closing cost assistance, maybe home warranties, and getting some repairs negotiated. Hampton is between 285K to 310K. The values are up 7.7% for this fiscal year. So that's a good thing. So it's a stable market. Appreciation's there. It's not on the high end. It's still affordable. It just depends on where you work and where you want to be considered as far as transiting back and forth to work. Now, there are some military bases on that side, but there are a lot more on the south side over here. So some people just do not like transiting through the tunnels. I get it, but if you want something more affordable, it's a sacrifice you may have to make. Suffolk recently sold is 468,000 median home price. It's mixed year over year trends, higher days on market. I will say I believe the higher days on market is due to the fact that it's a lot of new construction. I just recently got a home from Ryan's under contract for one of my clients, but I've also visited HHH Homes and DR Horton. They all have new communities out there that they're building. So that may make up for why it's 47 days on market, because it takes time to build, or new constructions sit a little bit longer. And also it may link to the higher recent solds because new construction costs a little bit more money. So that's why you're probably seeing an increase in appreciation in Suffolk because of the new housing, the new construction being built out there. So the key takeaway, yes, it's more inventory, means more opportunity, but timing and strategy matter more than ever, especially in an increased inventory with high interest rates. The bottom line for your decision for buyers, more inventory equals more choices and negotiation power. But if you wait too long, rates are steady and demands remain strong. So even though interest rates are high, there's so much built up buyer demand that people are just, setting their expectations for different types of homes and their buying power and buying anyway. A lot of people are like, hey, I'm just going to date this rate and get the home for now if I can afford it. And then I'll refinance out later on. And instead of having to compete with more buyers hitting the market at lower interest rates, I already have my home. I'll just refinance into a lower interest rate and I don't have to compete later on. But you also get more time to decide because there's more interest rates. I mean, there's more inventory and less competition. And you have a better negotiation position as a buyer when there's more inventory. For sellers, the market is still in your favor. Like, we didn't show you anything where anything really decreased. Prices are holding steady across all the 7 cities, and there's still a lot of pent up buyer demand. So it's just, you have to strategically price your home accordingly. Professional staging and aggressive marketing is what you're going to need in order to get your home sold when there's more inventory in this market. But you do not have to navigate this market alone, all right? Whether you're buying or selling, strategy is very important in a shifting market. And let's not kid ourselves. We are definitely in a shifting market, all right? But personalized market analysis and getting specific data for your neighborhood and the prices range is key. And also strategic pricing guidance and helps you price to sell in today's competitive market. So like I said, having that right price where you get enough buyers in and interest and then start a bidding war, not overpricing and people overlooking your home and not even coming back to it, waiting for you to drop the price. But if you price it right at the beginning and you market it aggressively, you should be able to generate some type of bidding wars and still get the price you want. All right. But that takes local market expertise to figure that out. I just so happen to know the markets pretty well out here because it's what I do. But if you are ready to make your move, let's get together and schedule a strategy call so we can go over your goals and we can go over your timelines. All right, and whether you're ready to buy or sell 30 days from now or a year from now, a plan and a strategy should definitely be in place for any one of those timelines. Like I said, you can schedule your consultation with me or someone else you trust, or a realtor or a professional to help you navigate this market. You do not have to go at it alone. But like I said, I think I would be a great option for you. And if you would consider a one-on-one consultation with me, here's the link to schedule it, or also be in the description of this video. I'll be doing these market updates every month so you can follow along. So please just follow along and check out the markets as I post them. And like I said, I'm here for you if you need my help. No pressure ever. You can't force someone to buy or sell a home and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, but I'm here if you need me. You can schedule that one-on-one consultation. Okay. Thank you. Whether you're thinking about buying or selling in Hampton Roads, it's clear you shouldn't make a move without a strategy in place. Please reach out to me so we can come up with a plan to get the best outcome for you and your family in this shifting market. If you would like a PDF copy of this market report, please leave a comment below. If you plan on buying or selling in the near future or know someone who else is, please share this video with them so they can have the information they need to make the best decision possible. Please like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a blessed day. Peace.